So The Onion has been around since 1988, started as a print publication, went online in 1996, one of the first news organizations to actually have a wide open web presence in the early mid 1990s, which 1996 obviously is. And I think what I'm most excited about now is how we're not just using social media, quote unquote, to drive links back to our website, but to really creatively exploit the platform to deepen the relationship between our stories, us, and our audience, to give them a chance to participate some and to flesh out this fake world, this alternate reality we've been building. So one example of how we do this is live event coverage. And anyone who's on Twitter knows that the Oscars, the Super Bowl, the Grammys, the college football championship are huge moments of kind of water cooler-ness around the globe or certainly within the country. What The Onion does is now write for those events. So when the Oscars are happening, following The Onion means you're going to get our sort of Mystery Science Theater 3000 overlay on the event. And in most of these cases, we end up winning the event. We have the most retweeted Super Bowl tweet, the most retweeted Oscar tweet. We get the most new followers. I think during the Oscars this past year, when Toy Story 3 won, we had a comment, something along the lines of, oh, and they didn't even bother to show up to get their own award. And that just kind of exploded through the Twitter sphere. Now that brought people back to us, but it also allowed our writers to do something more interesting and creative besides just writing satirical news stories. The next level we're going with this, other than commenting on major events, is breaking our own news and stretching it out over the day. And a great example recently was we did a story about a 500-foot version of Osama bin Laden rising from the sea and attacking America. But we broke it at about 10 a.m. Eastern with just a no link whatsoever, kind of rumor, sort of alert, seismic activity reported in Indian Ocean near site of Osama bin Laden's burial. And people were like, whoa, what's going on? Where's The Onion going with this? An hour later, breaking news, 500-foot bin Laden as a hashtag. We linked to a really short developing story brief with an image. And then the next layer was asking our audience to help fill in the story. And so we have quotes coming from military officials off the record. We say we're getting conflicting information. What are you seeing about 500-foot bin Laden? And an amazing thing happened. Someone took our image, photoshopped it into the Boston Harbor, and said, oh my God, Osama bin Laden's in Boston now. And so you're sort of handing over partially keys to the creativity and let people fill in that role because everybody kind of wants to participate in the story, but they're not going to write it. They can do the iReporter type of thing. So by the end of the day, we had extra images, we had an infographic showing the path of destruction, and then the final story was 500-foot bin Laden returns to sea. And it was the silhouette and the sunset going off into the distance. So I think that level of coordination, almost science, around comedy and around how a media organization can use this sort of real-time platform, taking in the audience, parsing out the story, writing just for the medium, those are things I don't see everybody doing. And certainly it's a step up for us in not just kind of dragging people to our website or click on our ads, but changing the way we tell stories. And ultimately we're in the business of storytelling, and this is giving us a new way to do that.